ideal Solomon Bennett student is someone who is an all-rounder. I mean, practically, intellectually, morally, physically. First, the study of science was chew, pour, pass, and forget.
As a school, we thought it's as very important to let our children have a practical experience with what they study. So as a school, we decided to introduce the science sets.
As a parent, I experience what is being taught to my child in school, in the house, and I see my children telling me this is what brings the force to the machine that is carrying the load and the rest, and I'm like, wow, if at grade 5 and 6 a child is able to have all this at the back of their mind and be hands-on, then the future is bright.
Science Sets has been the game changer for Solomon Bennett Memorial as a school.
Now, qualifiers for the Junior Science and Mathematics quiz. This quiz is organized by KNUST, of course, the #1 destination for quality education globally, in collaboration with ERIDEC Ghana and the Ghana Education Service. We are proudly sponsored by DEXT Technologies, where we say practical science has been made practicable. The KNUST Institute of Distance Learning, where we say lifelong learning, an essential key for development. And the KNUST e-Learning Center, just a click. You are welcome. Clap for yourselves for being here. So my name is Dr. Dokas Oyuele-Kodi. I'll be your quiz mistress for today. And this morning's contest, which happens to be the fourth of the preliminaries, is between Nana Katabra A JHS, West Ridge MA JHS, and Excellence Pathways Academy. Before we begin, we'd like our contestants to introduce themselves. We'll begin with Excellence Pathways Academy. Kindly introduce yourselves.
My name is William Akapo.
My name is Mushida Abubakar Sali for Form 2.
Let's clap for them. And from West Ridge MAJHS, we have...
I'm Jessica Saribuafu.
And Christian Lesquansa.
Let's clap for them. And finally, our gallant men from Nana Katabra AJHS, we have...
I am Benedict Bright Tainano.
Kingsley Williams.
Let's clap for them. So you're participating in this quiz, and this quiz consists of 4 rounds. We have the fundamentals round, the fastest brain, fastest finger round, the DEXT Science and Technology Challenge round, and the Decoding the Clues round. Now, before each round, I would read out the set of instructions pertaining to the round, and you are to pay strict attention and adhere strictly to those rules, else you'll be penalized as stipulated in the rules. Okay, so if we are okay and ready to begin, let's clap for our contestants. So we'll begin with the first round, which is the fundamentals round. And in this round, you'll be asked questions from biology, chemistry, physics, mathematics, and ICT. If a school gets a question correct, you get 3 points. If it is incorrectly answered, it becomes available as a bonus to the other 2 schools to compete for. Now, the score for a bonus question is 1 point. Schools will have 15 seconds to answer questions that by our calculations. Each school has a maximum of 2 attempts for their main question and 1 attempt for a bonus question. Bonus questions are open to the other 2 schools to compete for by ringing their buzzers. Now, this happens only once. The bonus does not pass on 2 times. So if there's a chance for a bonus after a school rings and answers, whether it is correct or wrong, it doesn't pass on to the last school. Again, you are only allowed to ring your buzzer for a bonus question if you've heard me say bonus or you've heard the timer go that it's time, the substantive school's time has run out. If you ring your buzzer before any of these happen, you will be disqualified and not asked to answer the question. Now, failing to press the buzzer before answering a bonus question also nullifies your answer, and no points will be awarded even if you are correct. Before we begin, we would like to hear the sounds of the buzzers of each of the schools. We'll begin with Nana Katabra A, West Ridge MA, and finally Excellence Pathways. Wonderful. So all the best to you. Let's begin with a round of applause. So the first set of questions. The preamble is to all schools. You are to give the IUPAC name of the following compounds. Give the IUPAC name of the following compounds. We'll begin with Excellence Pathways Academy. C3H8. C3H8. So bonus.
Carbonated hydrogen.
I won't give it to you because you did not press your buzzer. You are supposed to press the buzzer before answering a bonus question. Okay. So the answer is propane. West Region major question, C6H14. C6H14.
Hydrogen.
No, you have another attempt.
Carbon hydroxide.
No, that's not correct. So that goes for a bonus. The answer is hexane. Nana Katabra, now your question. C4H10. C4H10. Bonus. And that is butane. The second set of questions. You have to give me the meaning of the following ICT acronyms. We'll begin with Westridge. RSD. RSD. Bonus. The answer is resaving documents. Nana Katabra. STR. STR. Bonus. The answer is the standard toolbar renderer. Excellence Pathways, ETM.
Electronic mail.
No. ETM. The answer there is editing text mode. So Nana Katabra, you have to explain why light changes speed and direction when it passes through different materials. Explain why light changes speed and direction when it passes through different materials. Your time is up. Bonus. So it's basically because of refraction. Refraction. So when it's passing through different materials, the materials change the direction of the light and the speed of the light because of refraction. Excellence Pathways. Can we have some silence, please? Excellence Pathways. You are to explain why smooth surfaces differ from, how smooth surfaces differ from rough surfaces in terms of the reflection of light. How do smooth surfaces differ from rough surfaces in terms of reflection of light?
The power rays reflect in the same direction, and roughly, the power rays do not reflect in the same direction.
I won't give it to you. Bonus. Yes, Westridge.
It's because normally the smooth surfaces, reflection of light normally hits, bounce back to the smooth surfaces, but with the rough surfaces, it doesn't bounce back to the rough surfaces.
That's also incorrect. So the correct answer is because the surface is smooth, it produces regular reflection. So the images are clear and sharp. But on a rough surface, because the surface is irregular, the images can be blurry and they are diffused. Westridge, your major question. How does the shape of a lens, whether it's concave or convex, affect the refraction of light? How does the shape of a lens affect the refraction of light? A bonus? So the answer is the convex lenses converge the light rays and the concave lenses diverge the light rays. Okay. The fifth set of questions. These are calculation questions. Sorry, fourth set of questions. Calculation questions for 40 seconds each. Westridge. In a game, players are asked to identify numbers that are factors of either 20 or 30. Which numbers will be identified by all the players who are considering both sets of factors? In a game, players are asked to identify numbers that are either factors of 20 or 30. Which numbers will be identified by all the players who are considering both sets of factors?
And 5.
That is incorrect. A bonus? Nana Katabra.
1, 2, 5, and 10.
That is correct for a bonus.
Make sure the audio device is...
Nana Katabra, your major question. In a math competition, students are asked to identify numbers that are factors of 24 or 36. Which numbers will be identified by both sets of students? In a math competition, students are asked to identify numbers that are factors of 24 or 36. Which numbers will be identified by both sets of students?
One, 2, 3, 6, and 12.
That is incorrect. You have one more chance.
One, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12.
That is correct. Excellence Pathways. A mathematics club has an activity where students are required to list the factors of 12 and 15. What are the common factors that both groups will list?
1 and 3.
That is correct for 3 points. Excellence pathways. Explain the importance of soil testing and nutrient management in relation to farming. Explain the importance of soil testing and nutrient management in relation to farming. That goes for a bonus. Yes, Westridge. Speaking to the mic.
When we test the soil and the nutrients, it helps us to know the type of crop we should plant.
I'll give it to you for a bonus. So it helps the farmers make decisions about fertilization, the type of crops, and the crop yield. Westridge. Describe the concept of sustainable agriculture. Describe the concept of sustainable agriculture. That goes for a bonus. So sustainable agriculture is the holistic approach that is used in farming to recognize the interconnectedness between environmental, economic, and social factors. So basically, it's the aim of the sustainable agriculture is to preserve and enhance the long-term well-being of people, farming, and the planet. Okay. Nana Katabra, how does crop rotation benefit soil health and crop production? How does crop rotation benefit soil health and crop production?
Some crops grown increase the soil fertility. When crops rotated, some of the crops grown increase the fertility of the soil, which can be used to grow another type of crop.
I'll give you 2 out of 3. So I said, how does it benefit soil health and crop production? You only mentioned soil health. You didn't mention how it benefits the crop production. Okay. So the last but one set of questions in this round. Now the questions I'm going to read out to you are statements, and you are to state whether they are true or false. They will not be passed on as bonuses unless the substantive school refuses to give an answer. I'll begin with Nana Katabra. If 2 ratios are equal, then they are in proportion. Is that true or false?
True.
True is correct. Excellence pathways. Proportions are not frequently used in scaling up or down in the real world, such as using maps and recipes. Is that true or false?
True.
It's false. You can use proportions to scale up or down. Westridge. A proportion can be represented as a fraction, such as A over B is equal to C over D. Is that true or false?
True.
Go ahead.
True.
True is correct. And the last set of questions in this round will begin with excellence pathways. Waste to energy facilities burn waste materials to generate electricity and therefore reduce the volume of waste. Is that true or false?
False.
It's true. It's true. If you are using the waste for something else, then you are reducing the number of waste there is. Westridge. Hazardous waste poses no significant environmental or health risk when improperly disposed of. Is that true or false?
False.
False is correct. And finally, Nana Katabra, incineration or burning of waste materials is a zero emission method and environmentally friendly. Is that true or false?
False.
False is correct. And so on that false note, we come to the end of round one. Let's clap for our contestants.
Two.
Ideal Solomon Bennett student is someone who is an all-rounder. I mean, practically, intellectually, morally, physically. First, the study of science was chew, pour, pass, and forget.
As a school, we thought it's as very important to let our children have a practical experience with what they study. So as a school, we decided to introduce the science sets.
Welcome back from our first round of our fourth contest for the preliminaries of the Western Regional Qualifiers. So at the end of the first round, our scores. Excellence Pathway Academy had 3 points. Let's clap for them. West Ridge MAJHS has 7 points. And our gallant men from Nana Katabra AJHS have 12 points. We will move straight to our second round, which is the fastest brain, fastest finger round. Now in this round, one question will be read out and the contestants will compete to be the first to answer. Each question in this round carries a score of 4 points. When a contestant is ready to respond, they should press the buzzer before attempting to answer. Answering before pressing the buzzer again will disqualify the school from the question, and after the buzzer is pressed, the contestants have 3 seconds to provide an answer or they will be bailed out. If a school gets the question wrong, then the 2 remaining schools get to compete to answer. And this time, if the other school gets it wrong, then the last school gets to try to give an answer. Now, a wrong answer in this round attracts a penalty of 1 point. Let's again familiarize ourselves with the sounds of the buzzers. This time we'll start with Nana Katabra A, West Ridge, Excellence Pathways. Good. So all the best to all of you, and let's begin. The first question. The alloy of a metal with mercury is called So the answer is an amalgam. The second question. What alloy does lead and tin form? Nana Katabra.
Soda.
Soda is correct for 4 points. The third question. The part of the embryo that develops into the shoot of a plant is called Westridge.
Plumule.
The plumule is correct. The fourth question. Arrange the 5 main steps of nutrition in the correct sequence, beginning with ingestion. So the answer is ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and egestion. So you knew it, I didn't say it. Okay. The fifth question. The anemometer is an instrument that is used to measure Westridge.
The speed of a wind.
Speed of wind is correct. The sixth question. What type of current is used by household appliances? Nana Katabra.
Electrical current.
No. So I was looking for alternating current. Alternating current. The last but one question in this round. The sum of 2 consecutive odd numbers is 164. What are the numbers? The sum of 2 consecutive odd numbers is 164. What are the numbers? Some silence, please. Nana Katabra.
81 and 8. No, it is 81 and 83.
That is correct. The final question. In standard typing, which finger is used to type the symbol that signifies the end of a sentence? In standard typing, which finger is used to type the symbol that signifies the end of a sentence? Westridge.
The little finger.
I won't give it to you. Excellence.
The right little finger.
The right little finger. And so on that right little finger note, we've come to the end of the second round. Welcome back. We just finished our fastest brain, fastest finger round. And indeed, our contestants had fast brains and fast fingers. Let's clap for them. So the scores for round 2, we had Excellence Pathways Academy with 4 points. Let's clap for them. And Westridge JHS and Nana Katabra both scoring 7 points. So the total scores at the end of round 2, we have Excellence Pathways with 7 points. Westridge MAJHS with 14 points. And Nana Katabra AJHS with 19 points. Now, before we move on to the next Science and Technology Challenge round, there are some substitutions. So for Excellence Pathway, let's clap for Mushaida as she leaves, and let's invite Elizabeth. For Westridge MA, we are saying goodbye to Jessica and we are inviting Nana Benyin. And for Nana Katabra, we are saying goodbye to Kinsley and we are inviting Christopher. So we'll give our new contestants a few minutes to settle in as we take a short message from our sponsors.
Ideal Solomon Bennett student is someone who is an all-rounder. I mean, practically, intellectually, morally, physically. First, the study of science was chew, pour, pass, and forget.
As a school, we thought it's as very important to let our children have a practical experience with what they study. So as a school, we decided to introduce the science sets.
As a parent, I experience what is being taught to my child in school, in the house, and I see my children telling me this is what brings the force to the machine that is carrying the load and the rest, and I'm like, wow, if at grade 5 and 6, a child is able to have all this at the back of their mind and be hands-on, then the future is bright.
Science sets has been the game changer for Solomon Bennett Memorial as a school.
Ideal Solomon Bennett student.
Welcome. We are moving on to our next Science and Technology Challenge round. And in this round, one question will be given to all the schools. And the question in this round will require that the contestants perform a task that will be assessed. The score for this round is 10 points. The contestants will be given up to 10 minutes to complete the task. And let's be reminded that this round is proudly sponsored by the DEC Science Sets, where we say practical science has been made practicable. Now, the contestants, you can turn over your sheets and read the preamble with me. So you have been provided with a lens labeled L, a screen labeled S, a peg, and an RGB light labeled R. Your task is to place the lens between the RGB light and the screen and use the peg to place the lens in position. Adjust the position of the lens and the screen to get a sharp image of the RGB on the screen. Now you have to measure the distance from the RGB to the lens and from the lens to the screen. All measured values should be recorded to the nearest whole number. Now after that, you have to use the measured light to calculate the focal length of the lens. You have 10 minutes. Your time begins now.
ideal Solomon Bennett student is someone who is an all-rounder. I mean, practically, intellectually, morally, physically. First, the study of science was chew, pour, pass, and forget.
As a school, we thought it's as very important to let our children have a practical experience with what they study. So as a school, we decided to introduce the science sets.
As a parent, I experience what is being taught to my child in school, in the house, and I see my children telling me this is what brings the force to the machine that is carrying the load and the rest, and I'm like, wow, if at grade 5 and 6 a child is able to have all.
Contestants, you have 1 more minute. 1 more minute. When the time is up, leave your experiment as it is. Don't touch it or tamper with it, okay? And then you submit your sheets. Remember to write the name of your school on the sheet. Okay, so your time is up. Kindly submit your sheets. Submit your sheets, please. Westridge, Excellence. And don't touch your experiment. Leave it the way it is.
Ideal Solomon Bennett student is someone who is an all-rounder. I mean, practically, intellectually, morally, physically. First, the study of science was chew, pour, pass, and forget.
As a school, we thought it's as very important to let our children have a practical experience with what they study. So as a school, we decided to introduce the science sets.
As a parent, I experience what is being taught to my child in school, in the house, and I see my children telling me this is what brings the force to the machine that is carrying the load and the rest, and I'm like, wow, if at grade 5 and 6 a child is able to have all this at the back of their mind and be hands-on, then the future is bright.
Science Sets has been the game changer for Solomon Bennett Memorial as a school.
The ideal Solomon Bennett student is someone who is an all-rounder. I mean, practically, intellectually, morally, physically. First, the study of science was chew, pour, pass, and forget.
As a school, we thought it's as very important to let our children have a practical experience with what they study. So as a school, we decided to introduce the science sets.
As a parent, I experience what is being taught to my child in school, in the house, and I see my children telling me this is what brings the force to the machine that is carrying the load and the rest, and I'm like, wow, if at grade 5 and 6 a child is able to have all this at the back of their mind and be hands-on, then the future is bright.
Science Sets has been the game changer for Solomon Bennett Memorial as a school.
The ideal Solomon Bennett student is someone who is an all-rounder. I mean, practically, intellectually, morally, physically. First, the study of science was chew, pour, pass, and forget.
As a school, we thought it's as very important to let our children have a practical experience with what they study. So as a school, we decided to introduce the science sets.
As a parent, I experience what is being taught to my child in school, in the house, and I see my children telling me this is what brings the force to the machine that is carrying the load and the rest, and I'm like, wow, if at grade 5 and 6 a child is able to have all this at the back of their mind and be hands-on, then the future is bright.
Science Sets has been the game changer for Solomon Bennett Memorial as a school.
The ideal Solomon Bennett student is someone who is an all-rounder. I mean, practically, intellectually, morally, physically. First, the study of science was chew, pour, pass, and forget.
As a school, we thought it's as very important to let our children have a practical experience with what they study.
You're welcome back from our Science and Technology Challenge round. And this round, in today's contest, this morning's contest, we were requiring our contestants to play with light. So for correctly setting up the experiment, you get a total of 3 points. Then for making your measurements, you're supposed to make 2 measurements. You get 2 points each, so that's 4 points. And then for the calculation of the focal length, you get 4 points, making 10 points. So I'm going to go through what was required of our contestants. Now you were to adjust the screen, place a screen between a RGB light, a lens between an RGB light and a screen. And you have to adjust the screen and the lens so that you can see a sharp image. The key word was sharp image. So for those of you who attempted the experiment but did not get sharp images, you will not get the 4 points because it was clearly stated that you need to get a sharp image. So if you correctly did that, then the length from the screen to the lens should have been 6 centimeters or 60 millimeters. Then the length from the RGB to the lens should have been 5.5 centimeters or 55 millimeters. Then your focal length should have been calculated using the formula 1 over f is equal to 1 over u plus 1 over v. And for correctly stating that formula, you get 1 point. Then for correctly inserting the correct figures, to get a focal length of 3 centimeters or 32 millimeters, you get an extra 2 points, making the full 3 points. So I'm going to go through what our contestants did. I'll start with Nana Katabra A. Nana Katabra, our gallant man, I don't know what happened to you. You were not able to set up your experiment at all. So unfortunately, you do not get any mark for this round. Next to Excellence Pathways, you attempted to set up your experiment, but for some reason, your experiment was hanging in the air. It should have been sitting on the table. So because of that, first of all, your measurements were wrong, and then your image was also not sharp. You didn't get the sharp image. So for attempting to set up the experiment, you get 1 point. And beyond that, you don't get any points. So you get 1 over 10 for this round. Now our young men from Westridge MA, you set up your experiment, but for one reason or another, you did not look for a sharp image, so you did not get the measurements correctly. So for setting up the experiment, however, you did not get a sharp image, I will not give you the full 3 points, so you get 2 points for setting up the experiment. Then for your measurements, you did make measurements, but because your image was not sharp, you did not get your correct measurements. So for making the measurements, you get 1 point out of the 4. And then obviously, because you did not get correct measurements, your calculation of the focal length was wrong. However, for correctly stating the formula, you also get 1 point, and so you get a total of 4 over 10. So, at the end of round 3, what are our scores? We have Excellence Pathways Academy with 8 points. Let's clap for them. Westridge MA closing the gap with 18 points. Let's clap for them. And our men from Nana Katabra A leading still with 1 point. 19 points. Let's clap for them. Now we move on to the 4th round of our contest. That is our decoding the clues round. Now in this round, I will read out the question as a set of clues. If the question is answered on the first clue, the school gets 6 points. On the second clue, 5 points. On the third clue, 4 points. And on the fourth or any other clue is 3 points. Again, the contestants are to press their buzzers before attempting to answer a question. If you fail to press the buzzer before answering, your answer will be disqualified. Your answer will be nullified and your school will be disqualified from that question. Now, before we begin, let's again test the buzzers. Let's start with Nana Katabra. Excellence Pathways. Westridge. Good. So we can begin. The first set of clues. I am a highly reactive non-metal. According to the Pauling scale, I am the lightest halogen. I am a diatomic, highly corrosive, flammable gas with a pungent odor. I cannot be prepared by any chemical means because I am obtained only by electrolysis. I am so reactive that I react with most metals in the periodic table. And I am in group 17 and period 2 of the periodic table. Who? Nana Katabra. Speaking to the mic. That is not correct. Westridge? No. Excellence Pathways?
Helium.
No. The answer is fluorine. Fluorine. The second set of riddles. I am a 3-digit number. In fact, I am the exact square of an odd prime number. The sum of all my digits is 19, and the sum of my first 2 digits is 10. My first digit is the base of the binary system. My second digit is an even cube. My last digit is an odd square. Who am I? The answer is 289. 289. When you know, speak up. The last but one set of clues in this contest. What I am is a special young form of some animals that they undergo before becoming adults. However, my appearance is generally very different from the adult form. My transformation is part of a complex life cycle known as metamorphosis. I often have unique structures and organs that do not occur in the adult form. In fact, Nana Katabra.
Caterpillar.
No. In fact, I am the developmental stage that exists between a larva and the adult of certain insects. Westridge.
Pupa.
Pupa is correct for 3 points. The final set of clues, final question in this round, final question in this contest. I am a force of nature. Even though I am considered a very feeble force, my influence extends very far indeed. I am always attractive, and all which have mass cannot escape me. But interestingly, I have no power over charge. I leave that to a force described by Charles Coulomb. I was first described by Sir Isaac Newton, whose name is carried Westridge.
Gravitational force.
Gravitational force is correct. You get 3 points for that, and we've come to the end of round 4. Let's clap for our contestants.
Ideal Solomon Bennett student is someone who is an all-rounder. I mean, practically, intellectually, morally, physically. First, the study of science was chew, pour, pass, and forget.
As a school, we thought it's as very important to let our children have a practical experience with what they study. So as a school, we decided to introduce the science sets.
As a parent, I experience what is being taught to my child in school, in the house, and I see my children telling me this is what brings the force to the machine that is carrying the load and the rest, and I'm like, wow. If at grade 5 and 6, a child is able to have all this at the back of their mind and be hands-on, then the future is bright.
Science Sets has been the game changer for Solomon Bennett Memorial as a school.
But before I announce the scores, we'd like to appreciate our online audience following and watching us on Facebook, YouTube, and the e-learning platforms. We would also like to acknowledge our sponsors, Dex Technologies, where we say practical science has been made practicable. The KNUST e-learning, where we say just a click. And the KNUST IDL, where we say lifelong learning, an essential key for development. So back to our contestants. For the scores of round 4 and round 4 only, we have Westridge MAJHS with 6 points. Let's clap for them. And Excellence Pathways Academy, as well as Nana Katabra AJHS, scoring no points. So at the end of this morning's contest, the 4th preliminary contest of the Western Regional Qualifiers, we have Excellence Pathways Academy, represented by Elizabeth and William, scoring 8 points. Let's clap for them. Nana Katabra, our gallant men, who began and ended. represented by Benedict and Christopher, scoring 19 points. And from West Ridge MA, Nana Benyin Christian, working their last magic in the final round and moving on to the next stage of the competition with 24 points. Thank you so much, Nana Katabra. Thank you so much, Excellence Pathways, for being a part of this competition. But as we know, as competitions go, there's always one person that will emerge as a winner. And for this morning's contest, we had West Ridge MA. So congratulations to you, Christian. Congratulations, Nana Benyin. And thank you all for being here. Have a good rest of the day.